All right, let's talk about the Los Angeles Rams, the NFC West champion Los Angeles Rams. Obviously, this team's heading into the postseason with a lot of momentum, going back to being division champions. The Rams look like a serious threat to make some noise in the postseason, maybe run the table, who knows, in the NFC. But lost in the noise is a really great job, just impeccable leadership, great moves by Rams coaches that aren't getting enough credit in one key area. Exciting news for LA for this season and, of course, the playoffs. I'm Nick, and this is Saturday Morning Inspection. All right, when it comes to the Rams, it's pretty obvious, right? We all look at Sean McVay, the offensive mind. The leader he is Stafford, Cooper Kupp, Nakua, Kyron Williams. Those are the guys that jump out. But the reality is, it has been the defensive improvement that has really catapulted the Rams from a 1-4 start to where they are today. And of course, we know some of these young stars like Verse, Fisk, Kobe Turner continues to be elite. But it's the coaching on that side of the ball as well that has taken a massive leap that isn't getting the credit it deserves. An incredible move they did. Let's pull up this article courtesy of SI.com. Then we'll dive deeper into it on the other side. From SI.com, the Los Angeles Rams have been sensational the past several on the defensive side of the ball, leading to their 5-game win streak. One man that deserves much more credit than he has been given is defensive coordinator Chris Shula. The job he has done through this season is unmatched. In the Rams' first 5 games, when they started the season 1-4, they were allowing 27.8 points per game and were one of the 10 worst defenses in the league overall. Since that point, the Rams are 9-2 with the revamped defense that's allowing just 19.7 points per game in those 11 contests. After this Sunday's win over the Arizona Cardinals, the Rams are ranked 9th in the NFL in turnover differential at +7. They've done an impressive job limiting their own turnovers while forcing 5 turnovers in the past 3 games. Truly a special turnaround for Shula's group. Yeah, when it comes to the Rams, everyone's talking about O-line getting healthier, Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua getting healthy, Stafford, Sean McVay, obviously the offense. But when you look at what the Rams have done, the real secret sauce to this team has been the defense, and it makes them a more different, but maybe even better Rams threat than we've seen over the past couple years. Miles, I know you've got a few thoughts and kind of some deep analysis on this, but first, Rams fans, Ramley, in the comment section below. Obviously, heading into the postseason, what's the one matchup you want to see wild card round? Do you want to see Washington? Do you want to see Green Bay? Who do you want to see to open up the postseason? Let us know in the comment section below. But Miles, what are your thoughts on just everything going on with the Rams right now?
Yeah, Nick, I think the Rams, you got the nail on the head right here. As good as the offense has been at times, they've been inconsistent, but in a way where they've been better in one area or the other down the stretch. It hasn't been inconsistent in a bad way. I think the offense has been good in its own right in different ways, but this defense, especially the last few games, has really been the surprise for this Rams team. Really pulled out the stops to get them over the top, and you can see the growth from the first few games of the season to the last few games of the season. Stark difference from the Rams. I'm going to just go through a couple of those really fast. First game of the season versus the Detroit Lions. Lions score 26 on the Rams, plus 0 turnover differential here for the Rams. It's neutrals negates itself out. 1 turnover for the Rams, 1 turnover for the Lions. So nothing special happening there. Go to game 2. The Cardinals score 41 on you. Another neutral turnover, differential there. 1 turnover for the Rams, 1 turnover for the Cardinals. Then finally, they win, but also 49ers score 24 points on you and a -1 turnover differential there as well. Offense had to do a lot of work to overcome that negative differential to win the game. Fast forward to the last 3 games of the season so far, we see them come out against the Jets. The Jets score 9. They also have a +1 turnover differential. They're in the positive as far as turnovers go, making some headway, getting 2 turnovers to the Jets 1. You go to the Cardinals game. Remember that 41? Now the Cardinals only score 9 on the Rams. Again, a +2 turnover differential for the Rams here. They get 2 turnovers on the Cardinals, for the Rams 0. And then finally, the Rams against the 49ers. 49ers 6 points only on the Rams, a +1 turnover differential. You can see how the stark contrast is the defense from the beginning of the season to the defense at the end of the season. And like you said, a lot of people not getting credit. I think Shula, he deserves a ton of credit for how good this Rams team is right now. And now that they're set up to go in to a playoff run with a defense that can get them there. Everyone always knows the adage, defense wins championships. And I think finally this stretch of games the Rams have played, this last, I'd say 4 out of 5 last games, shows they have a championship caliber defense. I know it was a lot of young guys, and it probably just took a little bit of time for them to get to the place where they want to be. But finally, they're limiting teams on scoring points on them. They're getting good turnover differentials on teams. They're doing a really, really good job down the stretch in just the right time for them to come out and show out in the playoff.
It's obviously Shula deserves a lot of credit, but I think let's give some credit to McVay and really the leadership across the board from his coaching staff. Because here's why: the Rams, obviously one of the smartest teams in football. We talk about it all the time. What they are always do is they're ahead of the game, right? They're ahead of the curve. Well, obviously, when it was trading away draft picks to build a superstar team, the McVay offense going all the way back to that, they are ahead of 90% of the teams. And in this season, we saw the Rams being ahead of most of their competition yet again. But this is going a little retro on you. If you go back to really the early 2000s, the way games were won, championships were won. We're talking about the 2000 Ravens, 2002 Bucks, the Patriots in the early part of their dynasty, the 2005 Steelers. Basically, teams were structured to win defensive slugfests where you can run the ball, play defense, special teams, and have enough firepower at the quarterback position to win a shootout when inevitably a shootout would happen. That's basically what the Rams are this season, right? Matthew Stafford, Nakua, Cooper Kupp, enough weapons, enough firepower where they could win a shootout. We saw it. Of course, the Buffalo game comes specifically to mind, but they are actually built as a defensive power football special teams field position for some key turnovers to win a game. That's who they are. That's what the Rams have become. And there's nothing wrong with that because they're the only team right now in the NFC and frankly the entire NFL that is built to win this way. Again, you zig when everyone else zags, you're going to be successful. And I think this is what makes the Rams such a serious threat in the postseason because they still have Stafford, they still have Kupp, they still have Nakua. They have the ability to drop 40 on you. They have the ability to throw for 400 yards against you. Obviously, with their running game with Williams and Corum, they can run the ball down your throat too as well. They could drop 50 on you, 45 on you. They can do it. But that's not what they're designed to do. They're designed to play defense and special teams, slow down the game, force some turnovers. It's a new era in Los Angeles, and no other team in the NFC except maybe the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles are probably the only other team that stylistically aligns very well with what the Rams are trying to do. Everyone else, the Lions, the Buccaneers, Washington, Green Bay, even Minnesota, they are very explosive. They try and be high flying. They're more modern era, more what you expect from a 2024 football team. The Rams are a little bit retro, and not a lot of people can handle that. I think that gives them a big advantage come the postseason. And once again, this doesn't happen by accident. This is a deliberate strategy by Chris Shula and, of course, Sean McVay doing a great job leading this football team.